There's 9 million extra buyers coming our way. Let's make sure that you get your fair share. Caught this in an article and saw it in another video. There's 9 million new millennials that are coming in, aging into being first-time home buyers, and we wanna make sure that we're taking advantage of that. So I pulled up some stats and I put together a 5-question quiz. I'm gonna give it to you right now so you can help understand whether or not you know these buyers, you know how to take care of these buyers. You can take this quiz. If you get 100%, then you're already set to make sure that you get your section of that 9 million. But if you take this quiz and you find yourself getting some new information, probably better to tweak your plan, maybe tweak your perception of what these first-time home buyers are. I know I had to, so let's jump right on into it. First question was, what is the average age for a first-time home buyer? Right now it's mid-30s, 34 to 36. I thought that number was way lower, and I don't know if it's because of my perception, just because when I bought a home, I was super duper young, but I thought that they were just younger. So when I'm saying the word first-time home buyer, at least previously when I say the word first-time home buyer, I'm just picturing just a tiny young little youngster. So 34 to 36, they're mid-30s. Second one is median rental price, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the MLS right now. I did this research myself to pull it up to figure out what it is, because I have seen just numbers off the board, and that realistically is the number that people are paying, because that's what people are asking for. $1,875 a month. $1,875 a month. That's a lot of money, and that brings us to the third piece. How much home does that buy? How much home does $1,875 a month buy when you're doing an FHA 3.5% down loan program with the national average interest rates? That's a $306,000 home. $306,000 home. Now, if they were to call Intent Mortgage, do the whole shop me piece, get those lower rates, they'd be able to buy an extra $20,000. But either way, they're $306,000 to $326,000 depending on who they're talking to. Fourth question, does the average first-time home buyer know what it takes to buy a home? Do they know what credit, income, down payment, do they know this stuff? And I think you probably knew the answer to that. They don't know this stuff. They need us to fill them in. 51% of first-time home buyers thought that they needed 10 to 20% to put down. 67% thought that they needed amazing credit. That's just not the case. You don't need 10 to 20% down. But also when you're talking to people in their mid-30s that are already used to paying $1,875 a month in rent, they also don't need to be talked to about down payment assistance. These are folks that are starting families. 24% of them were buying a home just because they're getting married. 23% of them were buying a home because they're adding on to their family, i.e. having another kid. So unlike my perception of these first-time home buyers being children, essentially, they're not. They're mid-30s. They're able to buy homes. They're able to save up a little bit of down payment. They may not get to 20% down, but they're definitely going to be able to put together 3 or 3.5% to make sure that they get a real loan with really nice interest rates. Which brings us to the last one. Does the average first-time home buyer know how to shop online and determine whether or not they're getting a good deal? And I guarantee you, you all got that right. You know that millennials in their mid-30s know how to shop. They go to retail stores and they're on Amazon deciding whether or not they're getting a good deal at a retail store. They're gonna know whether or not they're getting a good deal when they're buying their home, on the actual home itself and on the mortgage. The whole point of this is to get a better grasp on who we're gonna be working with as first-time home buyers moving forward and how that's different from what we're used to. And the big pieces that I took out of this are these people are more affluent first-time home buyers. They are mid-30s. They are getting married, already married, probably having kids. These people probably have had a nice job for a while. So they don't need to be talked to about the very lowest of the low loan programs. They're not out there looking for $120,000 homes. They're used to paying up to $1,875 a month in rent. So we need to be talking to them about some real homes, some real loans, and they're gonna shop us. They're gonna be online determining whether or not the way that you and I treat them is fair and honest. So let's make sure we do what's right for them. So have them call Intent Mortgage, have them shop me. Let's make sure that when it comes to the mortgage side, they're beyond stoked. And let's do our fair share of those 9 million new buyers. I'll talk to you soon.